If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back to another video. I just hit 20 subscribers, which I'm extremely excited about. And I hope you guys are actually truly enjoying the messages that I'm giving out. Or, just like me talking about my life and like speaking about things that people need to hear and, just being a light in this world. Today, I was doing a little reading in my book. This one, I just finished chapter 5, I think it was. Let me see. Yeah, I just finished chapter 5. And the chapter was based on doing your best. And I feel like that's what I want to talk about today. And I think that's what I want my message to be for today, is being able to do your best. Because I feel like in life sometimes we feel like we aren't doing enough, and we feel like we can always do more. We can always do more, and we're always doing things for an outcome rather than just doing them because of how it makes us feel. And I do fall victim to that because, like, say, like in sports or like doing hair or just any activity that I find myself doing, I don't allow myself to be as fulfilled as I need to be because I expecting something on the other side rather than just doing it to do it, not worrying about the outcome or not being so caught up in what's to come after it, and allowing myself to genuinely be present in the moment. In my notes, I don't really have nothing for today, but I just want to talk about this book because without the first couple of agreements, and I think I've talked about it in most of my recent videos. The first one is being impeccable with your words. So that's basically like watching what you say, like power of the tongue and how powerful words are and what words can do to people and what words can do on your life. The second one was don't assume. Let me be sure. Let me check. No, the second agreement is don't take anything personally. And the third agreement is don't make any assumptions. And in the book, it was talking about how you need the fourth agreement in order to tie the other three together, which is doing your best. And it was talking about how with the power of the tongue or assuming or taking things personally, it's like you are still going to do these things, but it's like if you're doing your best to not do them, then it's all you can do. So it's like, don't judge yourself, don't beat yourself up, don't be guilty, or don't fall victim to trying to be perfect and not doing these things when it's like you're not perfect. You're gonna mess up, you're gonna make mistakes, and it's like as long as you're doing your best. Another thing I wrote down is being able to do your best without expecting a reward, which I talked about recently. In the book, it talks about how we're not fulfilled or we aren't happy with what we are doing because we are expectant of a reward. Let me see. Let me find the page where it discusses that. Okay, right here. Oh, it also talks about how we can't do our best because we are stuck in the past and like with the way things were rather than how they are now. And it was talking about, I'm gonna just read it from the page. This is a good example of this comes from the story about Forrest Gump. He didn't have great ideas, but he took action. He was happy because he always did his best, no matter what he did. He was richly rewarded without expecting any reward at all. Taking action is being alive. It's taking the risk to go out and express your dream. This is different than imposing your dream on someone else because everyone has the right to express his or her dream. Doing your best is a great habit to have. The author was talking about, I do my best in everything I do and feel. Doing my best has become a routine in my life, and I made that choice to make it a routine. And I feel like for us, it has to be about intentionality and giving something a purpose, because if we do things with a purpose, then it's easier for us to fall into, I don't want to say a system, but a routine. Like, if we're intentional every single day about doing our best or being our best, because our best one day can be not as great as it was another day, or like, like waking up at a certain time can be our best, and it's like we do our best again by waking up earlier, or waking up in a better mood, or just wanting to be better in that day, in that time, and in that moment. The book also talks about I'm gonna read it from here again. It says, just do your best to honor these agreements. You can make this agreement today. You can choose to honor it, to choose to not take anything personally, to choose to watch what you say and watch how you speak. And you could choose to not make assumptions, because it's gonna be a better thing for your life. Because everybody is trying to make a way. Everybody's trying to figure it out. Everybody is trying to be alive, And it's hard when we are all in this cat and mouse game, and the energy on earth is different than the energy within oneself. And when you devote yourself and you dedicate yourself to fulfilling the energy within oneself, then it's like nothing can stop you. You're unstoppable. You can do whatever you want. And it says, it is so simple and logical that even a child can understand them, but you must have a very strong will to keep these agreements. Why? Because wherever we go, we find that our path is full of obstacles. Everyone tries to sabotage our commitment to these new agreements, and everything around us is a setup for us to break them. The problem is all the other agreements that are a part of the dream of the planet. They are alive and they are very strong. That's why you need to be a great hunter, a great warrior who can defend these 4 agreements with your life. There's going to be temptation, and there's going to be things that are going to pull you away from this idea of being who you want to be and being the perfect image in this creation that God has called you to be, or who you feel is necessary to be. But it's like, if you are, like I said, intentional and purposeful, and you walk with a purpose, then nothing can stand in your way, and you can be whoever you want to be. And as long as, like I said, and like the book is saying, you do your best, then there's nothing that can compare to that. But if we just do things for the reward, or to be satisfied and to fulfill our ego, then we'll never reach the highest heights that we possibly can. So for today, with me trying to be consistent and continue to push messages out, have faith, believe in God, and trust that God isn't going to put you in no position that you're not supposed to be in. You are as powerful as you think you are, and you're as strong as you believe you are. So just pray, have faith, and know that everything happens for a reason, and you are in charge of all the things that happen in your life and go on in your life, and control the things that you can't control, and give the rest to God, and everything will be all right, and you will start to see life change right in front of your eyes.